Broadcasting to the universe.
From the top of Mount Wack.
Live with no pants.
Here's Zach DaWack.
Greetings, red-blooded verified Earth people, and those with no check mark. It's me, the always dapper podcast babbler, your daddy-o blog from the radio, and the monkey on the mic, here running that semi-professionally trained tongue of mine. I am Zachary Ernesto Wagalita III, here otherwise known as Zach DaWack.
Monday blues, Monday blues. Don't you know I've got those Monday blues?
Good morning, beautiful people. How are you? Welcome to those of you from Westmoreland, New Hampshire, to Bladensburg, Maryland, Ladson, South Carolina, the Gypsum, Colorado, and all around the world. This is the often secluded, never diluted, always wacky, never tacky, hot rocket flamethrowing DaWack in the morning show, live from the low-rent, sleazy, and measly Ramming Jammin' Nut Hut Studios at the DaWack Shack Broadcast Megaplex at Peachtree Industrial on the outskirts of Atlanta, Georgia, here in FEMA Region Number 4. Live at a Studio F today. Last time I checked, it's Monday, March 30th, 2026. We got this day in history, fun facts, the horrible scopes, and the celebrity birthday list. Here's the holidays for today. It is National Doctor's Day. Shout out to the people who look at your symptoms, type for 14 seconds, and somehow still hand you a bill that needs its own payment plan. Respect to the docs.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Discount Hospital, the only hospital in the country to receive a 4-star rating from the National Association of Undertakers. Be sure to ask about famous 39-cent BYOA appendectomy. BYOA, that's bring your own anesthetic.
It's National Pencil Day, a holiday for the OG writing tool, the pencil. For when you want to make mistakes, erase them, and pretend that wasn't your first terrible idea. It's National Take a Walk in the Park Day, a nice little reminder to go outside, touch grass, and let the goose judge you from across the pond. It's National I Am in Control Day, which is hilarious because most of us are one missing password away from a complete emotional collapse. It's World Bipolar Day. This one's serious. It's observed each year on March 30th to raise awareness and reduce stigma around bipolar disorder. So we keep this one respectful because not every holiday needs a kazoo and a bad decision. It's National Virtual Vacation Day. That's right, for people who can't afford airfare but can absolutely stare at a beach screensaver and lie to themselves. It's National Turkey Neck Soup Day because apparently someone looked at a turkey and said, you know what part needs more attention? The neck. And the grass is always browner on the other side of the fence day. That's celebrated this day every year. This is a fun holiday celebrated across the country that reminds people to appreciate what they have instead of focusing on what other people have. This is a great day to practice gratitude for all the good things in your life and remind yourself that no matter how good things look on the other side, you never know the whole story. This day reminds people that grass is not greener on the other side of the fence. It's browner because the life you have is the best one. It's also Fitness Recovery Day, Folding Laundry Day, National Julia Day, Victoria Day, and Wendy Day. That's your March 30th holiday rundown. A little health, a little nature, a little soup nonsense, and a whole lot of March being weird. Moving on to the birthday list, it's Alex Bregman's birthday, an MLB player. He turns 32, another year older. Another year of baseball fans arguing loudly on the internet. Sergio Ramos, born this day in 1986. That makes him 40. He's a soccer star. A birthday cake near him should probably wear shin guards. Katie Mixon turns 45. Nora Jones, born in 1979. She turns 47, a singer-songwriter. Her voice sounds smoother than every late-night DJ trying to sound mysterious. Mark Consuelos, born this day in 1971. He's 55, an actor and TV personality. The man continues to look like he was assembled in a lab using expensive moisturizer and confidence. Powerhouse singer Celine Dion turns 58. Somewhere a microphone just stretched before her first note. Piers Morgan is 61. Tracy Chapman turns 62. Still cool, still soulful, still making the rest of us feel like we never used our journal correctly. MC Hammer, rapper and pop culture icon, he turns 64. You still can't touch this, and honestly, with inflation, you probably can't afford to. These days, you can't touch this probably refers to his colon.
You can't touch this.
Actor and comedian Paul Reiser, he turns 70. At 70 and still giving off that guy who has opinions about the restaurant menu font energy. Eric Clapton, he turns 81, still proving you can look calm while absolutely melting a guitar solo. And let's see, legendary actor from the Addams Family, John Astin, turns 96 years young today. One more. Vincent van Gogh, born this day in 1853. Well, that's your March 30th birthday list. Let's look at the death list for today. Karl May passed away on this day in 1912. A German adventure novelist checked out after filling plenty of imaginations with Wild West tales, basically cowboy storytelling before binge watching was a thing. DeWack Wallace passed away in 1981, co-founder of the Reader's Digest. The man helped create bathroom reading for generations of dads, pretending they'd just be a minute. James Cagney passed away in 1986, a legendary actor, gangster film icon, and one of the all-time kings of tough guy screen swagger. Even in black and white, this man had more attitude than most people in HD. And let's see, Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, passed away in 2002, British royal icon and mother of Queen Elizabeth II. She made it to 101, which is basically royalty's way of saying I'm not leaving until I've seen everything. Michael Jeter passed away in 2003, beloved character actor known for The Green Mile and Evening Shade. He's one of those actors whose face you instantly know, even if your brain goes, wait, what was his name again? And let's see, Alistair Cook passed away in 2004, a broadcaster and journalist best known for Masterpiece Theater. He could make almost anything sound classy, even PBS Pledge Week. Mitch Hedberg passed away in 2005, brilliant stand-up comic with one of the most distinctive deadpan styles ever. Gone way too soon, but still quoted by comics and weirdos at parties everywhere. Let's see, Bill Withers passed away in 2020. Soul legend behind Lean On Me, Ain't No Sunshine, and Lovely Day. Few people have ever sounded smoother while also emotionally destroying you in under 4 minutes. And G. Gordon Liddy passed away on this day in 2021. Watergate figure and political operative, a reminder that some people go down in history for noble reasons, and some go down as a cautionary tale with a suit on. That's your March 30th celebrity death list. Proof that legends may leave the building, but they definitely don't leave the reruns, playlists, or group chat references. Here's movies and TV that released on this day: Jeopardy in 1964, Romancing the Stone in 1984, Beetlejuice in 1988, Spy Kids in 2001, and Blades of Glory released this day in 2007. All right, let's fire up the history machine, throw on some fake educational glasses, and take a ride through March 30th, the day America bought Alaska. TV gave us Jeopardy, and Ronald Reagan got shot in one of the most shocking moments in modern presidential history.
It happened on this day as if you cared.
In 1814, European forces allied against Napoleonic France marched triumphantly into Paris, formally ending a decade of French domination on the continent. In 1822, Florida officially becomes a U.S. territory, which means on this day, America basically said, you know what we need? More humidity, more gators, and eventually more weird news. In 1858, Hyman Littman got a patent for the pencil with an attached eraser. Finally, a tool for people who wanted to make mistakes and clean them up without carrying extra equipment like some kind of maniac. In 1867, the United States signed the deal to buy Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million. A purchase mocked at the time as Seward's folly, which is hilarious now because that foolish deal turned out to be one of the biggest bargain buys in history. Yeah, imagine getting Alaska now for less than people now pay for a one-bedroom with bad parking. In 1870, the 15th Amendment was adopted, prohibiting governments from denying citizens the right to vote based on race, color, and previous condition of servitude. That's a major one. Real history, real importance. No punchline needed, bigger than the fact that the democracy had to be dragged forward like a broken shopping cart. On March 30th, 1939, Detective Comics number 27 appears on the nation's newsstands, introducing the world to a new superhero, the Batman. Dated May 1939, the comic book featured the Caped Crusader on its cover, swooping through the air on a rope while holding a bad guy in a headlock. Starting this issue, the cover announced the amazing and unique adventures of the Batman. In 1957, Buddy Knox became the first artist in the rock and roll era to write his own number one hit when Party Doll topped the U.S. singles charts. Knox would go on to score 4 more U.S. top 40 hits between 1957 and 1961. In 1963, 16-year-old Leslie Gore recorded her first breakthrough hit, It's My Party, produced by Quincy Jones, went on to become a U.S. number one. In 1964, Jeopardy! Premiered on NBC with Art Fleming as host. And just like that, America fell in love with answering questions in the form of a question and feeling dumb in their own living rooms for the next several decades. In 1965, a bomb exploded in a car parked in front of the U.S. Embassy in Saigon, virtually destroying the building and killing 19 Vietnamese, 2 Americans, and 1 Filipino. 183 others were injured. Congress quickly appropriated $1 million to reconstruct the embassy. Although some U.S. military leaders advocated special retaliatory raids on North Vietnam, President Lyndon B. Johnson refused. On March 30th, 1974, the Ramones play their first New York City gig, launching a punk rock revolution. Also, in 1974, John Denver went to number 1 on the U.S. singles charts with Sunshine on My Shoulders, the singer's first of 4 U.S. number 1s. In 1981, President Ronald Reagan was shot and seriously wounded outside a Washington, D.C. hotel in a failed assassination attempt by John Hinckley, Jr. It became one of the defining and most dramatic political news moments of the 1980s. In 1985, Phil Collins started a 2-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles charts with One More Night. His second U.S. number 1, it made number 4 in the U.K. The track was taken from his third album, No Jacket Required. And then in 2000, Rolling Stones' Mick Jagger made a nostalgic visit to his old school. He opened the new arts center that had been named after him at Dartford Grammar. The singer said he had spent the worst years of his life at the school. In 2001, LeAnn Rimes reached an out-of-court settlement with her father and her former manager. The country star had filed a lawsuit claiming the pair had stole $12 million from her.
Breaking news.
All right, here's some news. NFL legend Tom Brady says he has asked the league about a possible comeback, saying he inquired about the league's policy now that he is a part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. Brady said they don't like that idea very much, so he once again was deflated. The Martian Perseverance rover, which has been looking inside of pebbles, has found precious stones. There is, however, no sign of the ruling ring. McDonald's is partnering with Netflix to allow you to vote for your favorite K-pop demon by which food item you choose to order. Speaking of McDonald's demons, a woman in North Carolina found a Nazi symbol on her hamburger. She noticed it when the bun overran the French fries. The live footage of the missile, air, and drone attacks against Iran has been spectacular. I don't know which of the two sides is going to win this war, Lockheed Martin or Raytheon. The White House might deploy the 82nd Airborne to action in the Iran war to coincide with the arrival of the U.S. Marines. It's all starting to make sense. I don't want to say I think I can see what's coming, but I do hope the first wave doesn't forget to bring in the Shah. For the first time since 2019, alcoholic beverages are once again being sold on board the Staten Island Ferry. The Staten Island Ferry is the busiest service of its kind in the country. Nothing says good morning New York like a tall cup of Bailey's Irish Cream with a small shot of coffee. Netflix is raising its subscription prices for the second time in just over a year. The highest tier premium plan will now run subscribers $27 a month. $27 a month? It better come with a complimentary jar of Grey Poupon. Well, opening day came last week. Oh, how I love the smell of freshly cut grass, the slow, steady pace of the game, and the quirky ballpark traditions. So much so that it's almost worth spending $17 on a Bud Light. Well, since the MLB season is now underway, if your team is so bad, they'll be broadcast on Comedy Central. Instead of playing the national anthem at home games, they'll play taps. The only time they'll make it on SportsCenter is when they're showing bloopers. We only have 3 guys who don't speak English, and their cleanup hitter does most of his swinging at sex parties. I hope that's not your team. A new study has found that some people consistently assume others are more likely to lie, cheat, and bend the rules than they actually are. They are called tax collectors. And I got robbed at the gas station today. When the police arrived, I was able to identify the thief as pump number 3. A report has revealed the top fruits and veggies most contaminated with pesticide residue. Apples, pears, and peaches are among the top fruits and veggies that have the most pesticide residue, and spinach came in at number 1. Yeah, that explains why my salad dressing the other day tasted a little more like Roundup than blue cheese. A dancing robot in California started smashing food and firing cutlery around it as it boogied too hard and had to be restrained. Yeah, there are now calls for AI to be banned from watching Zorba the Greek. Finland was crowned the happiest country in the world for the 9th year in a row, followed by Iceland and Denmark, while understandably Greenland was voted the most paranoid. Studies have shown that sharks have best friends and go swimming together. This should come as no surprise, as we always knew they were attracted by a chum. Hollywood action movie star and martial artist Chuck Norris has passed away at the age of 86 in Hawaii. For decades, he enjoyed being the subject of macho tough guy jokes. Chuck Norris once told a woman to calm down, and she did. Elon Musk reportedly tried to break the airport security log jams due to the TSA funding cutoff by Congress. The world's richest man offered to pay the $65 million owed to the TSA workers out of his own pocket. However, while trying to deliver the payment, he was still asked to take off his shoes and belt. President Trump told reporters last week that great progress was being made in negotiations with Iran. The regime's leadership may no longer have any spiritual incentives to die. The mullahs were informed less than 24 hours after the passing of Chuck Norris that there are no more virgins in heaven. President Trump signed an order that no other college football game be played opposite the Army-Navy game. He's attended the game every year since he's been president. The Army-Navy game is the only football game in America where the luxury skybox has more protection than quarterbacks. Well, last week, New York's LaGuardia Airport was the site of a runway collision. A fire truck crashed into an Air Canada airliner taxiing the runway. The fuselage was cut in half by the fire truck smashing into the airliner. Until now, I had no idea that Boeing made fire trucks. Well, you've heard it before. Keeping a gratitude journal can boost your mood and improve your mental health. But here's a new twist. It can also help your bank account. When you're on a tight budget, the urge to spend money tends to spike. Suddenly, everything feels like a need, from trendy clothes to home upgrades, and those impulse purchases add up fast. That's where gratitude comes in. Experts say their studies show that by regularly focusing on what you already have, you shift away from the feelings of lacking something new. They found that overspending is often tied to stress or boredom, and shopping becomes a so-called quick fix. Practicing gratitude and journaling about it interrupts that cycle, helping you pause, feel content, and make smarter financial decisions. So you spend less without feeling deprived. Yeah, I tried it. Ended up ordering about 5 different journals. A pilot program adding ads to Samsung's smart refrigerators has sparked major backlash from customers. According to the Wall Street Journal, some U.S. owners of Samsung's Family Hub fridges will feature computer screens and typically sell for more than $1,800. Began seeing banner ads in October for products like detergent and water filters. While users can disable these ads, doing so also removes useful widgets like news, weather, and calendars. Even worse, full-screen third-party ads in the fridge's browser can't be turned off at all. Many customers are frustrated, with some vowing to not buy Samsung products again. The controversy comes despite earlier signals from Samsung and competitors like LG, Whirlpool, and GE that ads weren't part of their smart appliance plans. Does this mean the new prank phone calls will go like this? Is your refrigerator running ads? Well, it turns out getting a perfect night's sleep is almost a superstition. A survey of 2,000 people in the U.S. found that 2/3 believe there's a right and wrong way to sleep, and 76% stick to strict bedtime routines. Most agree that consistency helps. 79% said they sleep better when they follow the same habits each night. And some people's preferences get oddly specific. Many insist on sleeping on a certain side, far from the door, and just the right amount of pillows. Gen Z prefers either a shirt and underwear or just underwear, both 21%, while millennials prefer the sport t-shirt and sweatpants at 22%. Gen X and baby boomers are most comfortable in matching pajama sets. Temperatures matter too, with 66 degrees Fahrenheit the sweet spot, and most people would rather be too cold than too hot. Still, perfect sleep is rare, with most people reporting the average of only 10 great nights of sleep a month. Sleep, who's got time for that? Here's some of the more unique bedtime rituals that respondents said they use in order to get a good night's sleep. One says, I rub the side of my foot against my bed before I go to sleep and it calms my body down. Other says, listening to a short, calming story or piano music. Someone said, I spray my pillow with lavender spray and turn on my little fan. Another person says, eating peanut butter. Someone wrote down here, falling asleep to the Beverly Hillbillies. And exactly how old are you, sir? Drinking something hot and having the room cold. Lotion on my hands and feet. Getting my cat above my head. Here's my bedtime routine. The phone hits face, lights out. Well, here's things that are turning 50 in 2026.
I have here a list.
All of these things are celebrating their golden anniversary this year. The 5 1/4-inch floppy disk. Oh, what now? The Big Gulp. Baby Spice. Breakout video game. The digital camera. The everlasting gobstopper. Golden Grams. That's cereal, right? Stretch Armstrong. Nespresso. The Omen. That's the horror film. And Pop Rocks. Yes, I love Pop Rocks. Well, here's a DaWack. Did you know? This season, Major League Baseball is using a challenge-based robot system where players can appeal close calls to an automated system that reviews the pitch and makes the final decision. But the so-called robot umpire isn't actually a robot at all. The system, known as the Automated Ball Strike System, relies on cameras, software, and human input to track pitches and assist umpires. A human official still makes the final call, often using the tech as a guide. Researchers say it's better understood as a fluid system shaped by players, fans, and league decisions. Beyond calling balls and strikes, it also affects strategy, pacing, and even the entertainment value of the game. Yeah, fans were being sold on RoboCop, and we basically got the IT department. All right, here's your whack facts for today. According to legend, in case you're out of garlic, constant bell ringing will also drive away vampires. A modern popped collar originated as a way to keep tennis players' necks from getting sunburnt. In the 18th century, high heels were fashionable even for children. Cold showers have more health benefits than hot or warm showers. These include improved circulation, stimulating weight loss, and easing depression. And the little bit of fur inside of a cat's ear that helps keep dirt out are called furnishings. Well, here's signs you've been watching too much basketball. You've worn out about 3 lazy boys in a week. You now answer the phone, Ohio State. You've asked your girlfriend to marry you using a dry erase board. You've started injecting nacho cheese intravenously. You can explain the term pick and roll without once making reference to your finger or your nose. You've installed a 35-second shot clock in the bedroom. At dinner last night, you made guests tip off for every pork chop. And your wife now refers to your fat ass as the Big South. Here's another list. Here's signs you've screwed up. You wake up wearing clothes that aren't yours. You start all sentences with, in my defense, unprompted. You receive a text back that says, fine. Your last 4 status updates have been from prison. You receive an invitation to a mandatory meeting with HR. Your priest tells you to gargle holy water. Your group chat goes silent right after your text. Google suggests, can I be fired for, before you even finish typing. Strangely, there is a horde of reporters gathered outside of your office. Your lawyers have lawyers. You asked where your pillow is, and she points towards the couch. You recognize your house on Cops Live. Then the doorbell rings. You hear "We need to talk" from multiple people in one day. And you got caught. There you go. That's your list.
Whether you're rich or parking cars, your fate is written in the stars. You don't want to look like a dope, so please listen close for your horoscope.
All right, here we go. It's time for the world famous, highly outrageous, never ever contagious DaWack in the Morning Horrible Scopes. If today is your birthday, you are a Pisces. You're dreamy, distracted, and about 2 compliments away from floating into another dimension. Focus, baby, focus. Not every soft moment is a sign from the universe. Sometimes it's just dehydration, bad sleep, and a playlist making you dramatic for no reason.
This is old wisdom passed down through generations.
Aries, you're coming in hot today like you own the building, the block, and possibly the sun. Unfortunately, confidence is not the same thing as competence, so maybe chill before you volunteer to handle it, then immediately make things worse.
That's it. That's all they have to do.
Taurus, you want comfort, quiet, and a snack nobody touched with their little dirty fingers. But Monday's got you surrounded by people who act like common sense is a subscription service they forgot to renew. Stay calm. Prison orange is not your color.
I thought it was pretty outrageous.
Gemini, you will talk way too much today, and half of it will be hilarious, while the other half will create problems by dinner. Your gift is communication. Your curse is also communication. Maybe try shutting up just once to see what happens.
Okay, cut me the checks.
Cancer, Moonchild, you're sensitive today, which means that one slightly weird tone in a text will have you building a whole emotional crime scene in your head. Relax. Not everybody hates you. Some people are just rude, dumb, and raised without home training.
They kind of liked it. They thought it was cool, and I was like, okay.
Leo, you're craving attention today like it's oxygen, applause, and tax-free money. You will absolutely make an entrance, even if it's just to the kitchen. Just remember, being the loudest person in the room does not automatically make you the most important. It just makes you easier to find.
Good job, guys. Thank you.
Virgo, you're noticing every mistake, every typo, and every crooked picture frame, and every idiot pretending they totally meant to do that. Your blood pressure may spike just from exiting near sloppy people. Deep breaths, deep breaths.
That's disappointing.
Libra, you want peace, balance, and maybe a cute little vibe. Too bad somebody around you was acting like a discount supervillain with lip gloss and Wi-Fi. Stop trying to keep everybody happy. Some folks are committed to being a problem in human form.
I almost spit out my coffee.
Scorpio, you already know something's off because your pretty little radar is picking up lies, fake smiles, and suspicious energy from outer space. Trust it. Somebody near you is being shady. The only question is whether you expose them today or save it for when there's a bigger audience.
Well, I guess that's it.
Sagittarius, you are one bad idea from turning a regular Monday into an HR meeting, a road trip, or a story that starts with "so technically it wasn't illegal." Try not to confuse boredom with destiny. Not every impulse urge is a spiritual calling.
What? What are you even talking about?
Capricorn, you woke up ready to work, win, and judge everybody who isn't moving with purpose. Sadly, you are surrounded with people whose ambition level is sent from my iPhone. Keep grinding, but don't strain yourself with caring folks who confuse laziness with self-care.
Give me your nuts to hold.
And finally, Aquarius, your mind is full of strange genius today, which is great because your personality is giving mad scientists who shopped at thrift stores and knows too much vibes. One of your weird ideas could actually work. The rest belong in a notebook marked "Do not read after edibles."
Show's over. Show's over.
Well, that's your DaWack in the Morning Horrible Scopes for Monday, March 30th. If it felt personal, that's because the stars have been watching your messy little life. And those are your official DaWack in the Morning Horrible Scopes. Remember, don't leave home without them. There we go. That's the show. You've been listening to the Always First, Never Last podcast with me, your doomsday host, the incredible, edible Mr. Zach Wackalina. Please connect with me at ZachDaWack.com. That's ZACKDAWACK.com. Or you can phone me at 984-DaWack1. That's 984-329-2251. Like the show, follow it, or subscribe. It's free. And please share this show with your friends. Thank you to all the awesome wackos, weirdos, reverts, preverts, digbats, and jelloheads anonymous for listening. I'm out of here like Vladimir. Until next time, and there will be a next time. Don't forget me. I won't forget you. I am Zach DaWack saying if I'm lying, I'm dying. Grits ain't groceries, eggs ain't poultry, and Mona Lisa was a man. That's a fact. Unless I'm sicker than a dog, I'll be back Friday. We'll see you then. Same whack time, same whack channel. Whack out.
Copyright 2026.
My lower back is killing me, and I must confess, when I laugh, I will pee. It seems my memory has left my mind. This is how midlife, it hits your body every time. Oh, lately, my stomach has really grown, and gray has appeared, yeah. Oh, lately, there's hair growing from my toes, and chin has forming a beard, slowly turning into my mummy. I feel lately that I'm getting old now, all because both of my knees started to creak, and I get night sweats and cannot sleep. I get so snappy I lose my mind. These are the signs that hit your body in midlife. Oh, ladies, how was I supposed to know?